Good afternoon, everyone, and we are back for a new tournament. Same as always, we have the monthly Happy Pawn tournament. We have the beginner open and the normal open. So for both of them, it will be the same time control, same as every month, 5 minutes plus 5 seconds per move. For each student of Happy Pawn who joins the tournament, you will be able to get some points. Some 100 points just for joining the tournament and 10 points at least for each victory that you get in the tournament. So welcome back, everyone. Now let's try to have a look a little bit. Oh, let me adjust about my screen to be able to see everything. Up. Okay, we're getting better. Okay, I think I can keep it like this. It will be fine. And okay. Okay, so you can have a look a bit more on that. And we will have a look at both tournament. So today I will not play the tournament actually. Same as in the previous time that I will try to focus as much as I can on the open because we don't have we have a lot of people and I really want to be able to focus basically on what will happen in the tournament. Okay, I try to adjust a bit my camera. I think it doesn't matter too much. You know my name now. Okay, so let's have a look at the Happy Pawn Beginner Open, which is for player under 1,500, and I will have, of course, to do some, I will say some ban on the tournament because some of the player always didn't really follow the rules or at least read about the rules, and I want to avoid to have people above 1,500 in the tournament. So I will just exclude them and we will not have anyone unhappy about the tournament. Okay, so do we have any other player? No, I think now it's fine. And we have a few games to start with. Okay, so we have Fumi. And of course, as he's always unlucky about that, he has to play against the players that is above 1,500 that I just banned. And yeah, I hope everything will be fine. I really hope everything will be fine for him. It might be quite difficult. Okay, so I'm not sure about what opening he's playing right now. Maybe he misclicked a bit at the beginning. We will continue to have a look at that. Ryan Yuan Rui, I think I said it correctly, is not there yet. X against Reed has seen. Okay, so 2 question marks. We cannot really know or expect anything from these players. Ooh, okay, that was risky from black. And now they are paying the full price, losing a rook, but getting a bishop. They lose a knight as well. Okay, so now it starts to be a bit messy. Okay, losing another knight. Oh, that's playing quite fast. And I think we'll have a checkmate pretty soon on that. Okay, a little blunder. It looked like black actually missed a move. They could get another check and take the rook, but they didn't. So they lose a bishop. The other bishop is coming. But now the queen is lost. They go for a check, another check, another check, another check. So obviously, black really like to check. I'm not sure what is the goal with that. Maybe they try to get a draw. But with the queen advantage, you should probably try to avoid that. Next, we have Durian Guan against Cole Palmer. 2 question mark as well. But already a huge difference of ranking from simple to double. And we have our Durian Guan who sacrificed the knight to get a check, but he immediately loses his queen. He checked another time. It looks like today is check day. Everybody wants to check, but it doesn't work that way. Okay, what do we have next? Not pana. Not pana, we know about not pana already. So we have not pana against plus Mulis Sofia. So obviously today we don't. Oh la la. Okay, so we have quite a basic attack at the beginning of the game. Maybe pushing the F pawn was not the best thing to do, especially if you push D, because you also have one pawn that will be, I would say, late on a game, and now you cannot really protect that pawn anymore. That's probably the reason why white are going for it. That's probably the reason why white are playing the knight there. And the worst thing about that is that even at move 4, it's actually worked. And I don't think it has a reason to sacrifice the queen, but now it will start to be a bit difficult to play. Okay, so losing a lot of material, especially. Okay, that was a free knight, but no. Okay, so going for multiple checks as well. A bit confusing about all these checks, but we try to have a look at it. Okay, Ryan is out of time. Pumi, how is Pumi doing? We will see about that. For now, he developed his pieces. Okay, he cover. He take back with the bishop. Everything is good on the Pumi side for now. He saw that his bishop is in danger. He moved it right away. Brings the rook, takes the rook. So for now, Pumi is doing a very good game. That's really nice to see. I hope it will continue. What about this game between X? Oh, he lost his queen. Okay, and now look. Oh no, he's pinned, hopefully. But now he loses his rook. Okay, so he's back to equal. It's totally back to equal, and it's pretty clear now that black wants to try to go for a quick checkmate. Will they be able to do that? Okay, lose a pawn. Trade the pawn. Okay, so what will happen there? I think that we have a read that is, well, he's online there, but out offline on the game. Really confusing, but we will see that later. I think it will be really difficult now for Not Pana to survive. He's under threat, and let's say that he quite have a lot of material disadvantage right now. So we try to see about that. Okay. What is happening in the normal open? We have, I will not even try to say that name. It look really confusing for me. And we have a lot of 1,000, I would say 1,005 to 2,000 ELO in this tournament today. Potato Turtle being the highest ranking as I see. Let's see how it will go. We have Mathis also that joined the tournament, Captain Lele, Jessifer, Potato Turtle, and Lulu. So it will be nice to see their game as well. Okay, we are back on Pumi's game. He make this knight move. Be careful the bishop. He move. Okay, nice. Now you can probably push that. Okay. And now you will have few different techniques probably. Maybe one of the techniques could be to try to push this pawn, at least to weaken this one. It could work, who knows. Now the little problem is that you lose a pawn, and maybe another one. So that's a little problem. Oh, it's unseen by white, they missed it. So maybe now it's time to protect the pawn. You can just do it by protecting, by pushing the pawn. It might be more than enough. Now, what are the solutions basically? You have a bishop a little bit trapped. You have a pawn in danger. Okay, the pawn in danger disappeared. You will just have to fix about that. Now the king is there to protect the knight in case this dear knight wants to move. So what are the solutions? What is the plan? It seems like Pumi actually has the initiative, but he is losing a time. So we will see and try to follow what will happen next. I am not sure how Black lost their rook there, because last time we checked, they actually had a rook. Okay, pretty clear about that. Okay, so it continued like this for a lot of moves, and it ended up with a checkmate from white. Okay, so about not pana, I would say like as it happened, not pana was a little bit in trouble about that. So might be, I would say, a fair conclusion about this game. Okay, so we go back on this game. So Pumi trying to push a bit. Unfortunately, it has a bishop there that he didn't really have time to look. It's a bit difficult to play now. Hmm. Trading pieces as expected. I hope Pumi will not trade his rook. That will be very hard to play without the rook for sure. Okay, so he is not trading the rook, but the rook is not so active. Little bit of a problem. Oh no, that's a fork. Yeah, now it starts to be a bit difficult to play. Okay, and every pawn should actually have some troubles. Okay, let's have a look at the tournament right now on what is going on there. So we have some players that should probably not be there, as seems like they're way too high, but they have a question mark, but it's still a bit way too high, I guess. So I don't want Pumi to take the risk, because he will probably arrive on the same opponent as before. He always fall on the strongest opponent. So I will not take the risk on that. And this guy, even if he has a question mark, he's clearly not below 1,500. So I have to make him leave the tournament by message. Okay. All right, so after round one, we have everyone with a question mark that is arrived. I think it will be quite difficult to know what is the real level of these players, but we will try to see it right away at the next round. Go back to the Happy Pawn Open. What do we have there? Potato Turtle against Lulu. So I guess it will be quite a difficult game for Lulu. I actually saw it's a little story for you, but I saw a study that has been made on on artificial intelligence and chess, and they try to understand why when an AI is playing chess, they always push the pawn on A and H very, very far away. Because in normal chess theory, they will tell you that pushing the pawns so far alone will actually lead to weakening the flank of your game. But the reality of it and the truth is that pushing so far, it arrived to be like some sort of a spine in the opponent's game, and it's more annoying for the opponent that it is weak to play for players here like black. So actually it's quite a good thing to do at the end, even if it can be surprising. Okay, so they say from little fork, yeah, of course, try to trade about that. I guess at one moment he will eventually come back to e5 to try the fork. But when? Okay, right now, it has been seen by white. Now black are giving away a pawn. Is it a good idea to take that pawn? Maybe, maybe not. I think I would have taken the pawn probably. I don't see how it could be so bad. And now it's not possible anymore. Okay, so getting some material. Okay, moving up, and now taking control. Literally taking control of everything, gaining ouch, and that's a checkmate. Not even need to take the rook. Okay, so a good tactic from Potato Turtle, which we could expect it. He is always quite good in tactic. All right, interesting defense from Matisse. Not sure about it. Not sure about how passive it is right now, especially because she's giving away a bishop. But it seems like his opponent, even at 2000 ELO, missed it as well. So no pre-bishop. Yeah, not missed anything. So queen can escape. No pre-bishop, trading a lot. Okay, so now you... Okay, that's quite of a threat. So maybe we actually have to calculate a bit. If take here, we will have bishop take knight, and we can have bishop take and queen take. So at the end, it's just a trade. Probably the reason why he is not doing it. Come back, trading pieces, and now black end up with a pawn advantage, but a position that is highly passive. And by moving the queen here, they actually expose themselves to a fork, and they lose their queen. Okay, and now it seems like it will be quite difficult to play. And Kale wants to simplify the game by trading his queen against the rook and a knight. Can make sense eventually. Okay, after you trade that, it's easy endgame. Oh, okay, so black end up resigning. There is nothing else to do on that, unfortunately. All right, so we can go back on the beginner tournament. We have a whole new set of rounds that we will have a look at. Up. Okay, so I open every game, and I will put every game on a starting position so we can have a look at it a bit more in detail. Cole Palmer against Plymouth Sophia, still with question mark, both of them, but from previous game, I feel like it could be quite an equal game, maybe. So it seems like both players actually started chess not so long time ago, at least on their elite chess account. Probably not in real chess. They might play for more than a little while. Okay, so a free pawn offered by black, trading immediately with the knight. Okay, taking control of the column, going for a check, pressuring the knight. So quite interesting gameplay from Cole Palmer. It's quite a nice attack. It's quite a nice attack. Now, do they really have to trade there? Not really. Is it something to do when you have a very strong knight? I'm not so sure. I will probably just play knight to f3 to somehow solidify a bit the position of this knight, to strengthen a bit the position. Or you have another option that might be interesting, it's just to play rook to c6. Then the queen has to move and you get a pawn with a brand new pin, which could be so much stronger, but trading right away, okay, I'm not sure of why black are taking with a rook to pin a rook now. Okay, there is another knight coming. The move there is probably almost 100% to castle. It's one of the easiest options because the rook is protected and you don't have anything to fear anymore. Now that the rook is pinned and you just push the pawn, it's somehow like you totally ignore that white will play knight c5, which will of course lead to a lot of material. Okay, and now lots of pawn, trading the queens, and it's almost game over. Oh my god. Yeah, and if the bishop move is a checkmate. If the bishop move is a checkmate, if the bishop don't move, what are the solutions? This one is still a checkmate. Yep. Okay, so Cole Palmer getting 200 elo on this game because of the question mark. I would say, oh, thanks to the question mark mainly. Okay, John against Reed and Singh. We have a somehow similar fast game from what I see, with not so much structure, a lot of checks everywhere, a lot of pieces sacrifice that I don't really fully understand, and trading pieces when losing. So we have like a strategy problem, 100% about that. Now it's start to be totally lost for black already. Even if they try to push their pawn, it seems to be a little bit too much greedy on the way to do, and they will end up losing quite in a logical way. Now let's have a look at the game of Pumi. He's still playing, but we will coach it. So Pumi is playing a queen gambit. Okay, so everything okay for now. Taking, okay, so queen developed, developing the bishop, moving the knight away. I'm not sure what is the idea there, because she's losing a pawn, but it has not been taken by black. Okay, so now castle. Okay, strengthens the pawn structure for Pumi, quite nice. And now the queen is in an okay position, I would say it like this, but white are clearly better right now than black. After that's only my opinion. I don't really like c5 right now, but if Pumi can manage to develop his rooks, he might have some pressure. He might have some interesting pressure on these three black pawns, especially the two there, and might be able to obtain some material. Okay, so not for this time. Developing, moving again the queen, I would say, but you still have three pieces that are less active than your queen right now, and you might want to move it. At least I hope so. Let's see about black. What are the key ideas for black? Now they kind of have to move that. Okay, so go to attack the queen. Probably the best intermediary square that they have is actually there, because otherwise I'm not sure what they can do with the knight. I mean, the knight don't really have any good squares, but by going there, might be able to just go back to a more centered square. Can be much more interesting for sure. They can also play c5, which is quite interesting. In case white take here, then you can have queen take knight. And after that, of course, quite logically, the knight will be dead, taken by the queen. Oh, actually he will not, because the queen will be protected. Okay, so Pumi continuing to push his pawn. Not the best strategy when you actually try to attack. You have a time for everything, but now it's still time to develop pieces. I really hope that Pumi will manage to develop his pieces on time. Next game, we have a Durian Guan that we will have a look at. Okay, that's a little bit of a weird move. I don't really understand it fully. Now the bishop is not so useful, and there is a free rook taken right away by X. Okay. So what is the plan? What is the plan for white right now? I would say a bit same as the previous games. For both players, they both have a little problem about the way they develop their pieces, which is a little bit underdeveloped and might help them actually a lot to get it through. Okay, so the bishop is still trapped. It's not trapped fully, but okay, trying to go for a checkmate while you are not developed. It's a little bit maybe premature on the way to do. Now everything is being traded. You have a free bishop that has not been taken. You have a free rook to take that will probably not be taken as well. I have no idea why moving the king. Okay, so this bishop is dead. And now, okay, everything was posed at check. Coming back to that, okay. So losing a center pawn, going there. Okay, that's another check. Coming to sacrifice the knight, eaten right away by Durian Guan. Pressuring the knight and the pawn, that's actually a good move. Yeah. So this one is something that a lot of young players and beginners are doing. Is that most of the time, young players and beginners look at the pieces, look at the move that has been played by the other player, but they play the move like they will play 2 times in a row, which is not the case. So instead of looking at the knight and say, okay, I want to attack the knight, so I will push my pawn, probably a smarter way to do it is to say, okay, there is a knight there. What is this knight doing? And if you do that, you will see right away that this knight is attacking the center pawn. And now that you tell the knight, please, can you move? Because otherwise I will eat you. Of course, the knight will move to take the pawn. Oh, my bad, he's not. So you had a pawn to take, but it's not the case. Instead of that, trading the knight that was pinned, I'm not sure I understand about that. A bit similar things here. Thinking about, okay, I want to, I don't know, maybe go for a check, but letting the bishop away, while you still have, yeah, want to go for the check, but it's not working. And now start to have some troubles for, oh my god. Okay, hopefully you still have the bishop, but that's still a little bit a risky thing. Okay, not risk anymore, good news, and a beautiful checkmate with a bishop. Up. All right, so let's have a look at how the game continued for our Pumi. So obviously still not developing pieces. Oh, let's go. So Pumi developed pieces. He moved his queen away. Now he pushed his pawn, but he lost another one. Trading, okay, go to trade the knight. Now he loses another pawn in the center, try to trade the queens. And now I hope Pumi will take advantage and just go to take that pawn, but no, not this time. So of course the pawn is being pushed as he has been forgotten, and Pumi starts to push his pawn as well. The thing is that the plan of black is pretty clear now. Just have to push these, there's 3 pawns, and with only 1 pawn on the side, there is no way that you can stop it without the help of the rook. So now what to do? Probably just wait 1 move. It seems to be like the best thing to do, but Pumi has to be careful about his time. Okay, great. So now pawn are being pushed. Okay, so take it. What could you do? Go back to the same spot. Maybe now try to attack the pawn, but the rook will move. Yep. And now you need to bring the king. But will Pumi can be able to see that with only 10 seconds on the clock? 1, 2, 3, you will be late. That's a little bit of the problem. Okay, so he will not be late. He will arrive perfectly on time. That's quite a good news. Okay, good news. He arrived perfectly on time. I will say, oh no, that was not the thing to do. You could just take it. Now it starts to be difficult. You could come to take it with the king instead of letting the pawn go. Pumi is back with a much more acceptable time, but now he starts to give pawns away, which his opponent is not seeing as well. And I'm not sure what is this king rush. I have no idea about that. But he starts to lose pawns. Okay. So white over draw. I think that's a nice try for me, but you might not have it, unfortunately. Okay, let's go back to the Happy Pawn Open. We have Justifer and Potato Turtle leading the way for now, with one victory against Captain Lele and a ghost, I would say. And for Potato Turtle, victory against Lulu and against Beach. So finally, we have a little fight at the top of the tournament between Justifer and Potato Turtle. Matisse against the previous ghosts that we have. BG against Valir. BKR against Pacific. Omega against Pao Pao V3. And Lulu against Lokesh. So let's have a look at that. Up. All right. So that's actually quite a good move, as if Black plays something else than moving the rook away or pushing a random pawn, then it will have no options, but it will be a stalemate. So now Pumi, it looks like he's fixing things, a little bit at least. He might try to push his pawn. Not yet, okay. So he's on the way to trap himself anyway, which is quite interesting on the way to do. Problem is that now if he pushes his pawn, I'll move the king, maybe not, but he kind of need to push his pawn, probably. He might have a check. Oh, and he resigned without trying. That's a little bit sad. He could probably try. I mean, under whatever bad circumstances, it could potentially work. Who knows? Okay, so this is the end of the round, and we have John with 2 victory over 2. Cole Palmer, so they will probably play together. Then we have Jasmine with 1.5, Reed Hansen and Play Muesli with 1 point, and X as well with 1 point, Not Pana with 1 point, and then we have to wait a little bit to see about the other players. Up. All right, so we will see that in exactly 4 seconds about what is happening about the pairing for these games. We'll try to have a look at it. Up. All right. Oh my God. So let's have a look at the pairing. We have Pumi against Reed Hansing, John against Kolpalmer, Jasmine against Play Mulis. I'm confused about that name, but I'm doing my best, I promise. Okay, so we will continue and take the side of Pumi on that. Okay, so we have a normal Caracan this time. No more weird move. Here we have a Pirk defense, by Cole Palmer. Okay. After that, we have Jasmine for a king pawn opening, and Spanish Real Lopez opening on that. Okay. Not pana against X. So let's see how it will go. That's a really weird opening from not pana. Not sure I fully understand about what is the goal, but we will try to understand a bit more about it anyway. Up. Okay, so let's see. Go back with the first one. So with Pumi, he's developing his pieces normally. Okay, everything good on that. Pushing the pawn. Okay, developing the knight. So everything is going as expected for now for Pumi. Now, that's actually a good move. Let's see if Pumi will remember about pushing the pawn on the flank to try to make a pawn race and attacking right away before white are able to attack on the other side of the board. So when you have opposite castles, it's really a race of who will be able to attack first. And right now, seems like white are going for it. Now they have to be careful because if Pumi take, it will be a checkmate. So I really hope he will take the knight and not take the bishop. We'll see about that. And nope. So it will be a checkmate, unfortunately. That was quite a fast game. Oh no, it's not a checkmate. Come on, Pumi, take the knight at least. Don't take the bishop, please. Is it even possible that the checkmate has been missed? I don't think so. Okay, no, it has not been missed. Pumi had 2 chances, but unfortunately, he probably missed it. Up. Okay. So this kind of thing happens when you have opposite castle. You have to know that anyway, it will be a race of who is able to attack first. And when you reach the castle of the opponent before the opponent reach your castle, you actually have higher rate of success in your attacks. Okay, so knight's move by Cole Palmer. Going to take a pawn, coming back, trading the knight, and pushing to get a better pawn structure. Okay, trading around there. Taking another pawn. So definitely it seems like John is leaving a lot of pawns away on that. Okay, and everything is back to normal after that. All right, a little check, trade the bishop for the take the knight for the bishop. Now developing but losing a pawn as well. Trying to bring the rook in the party. Is it a move to do that? Because if you do that, you will have rook take, you take, and you actually lose material. So you cannot do that. But what you can do if you want to set up probably a little trick, could it even work? Maybe not right now. Because I just anticipate that white will castle, so they will have a rook there, and you might still have some things to do on that diagonal. But how to bring a protected bishop around there? Not so sure about it. I want to say pushing the pawn, but no, it worked. So you can probably push your pawn, and in case there is a trade, queen take, and after a castle, then you have your bishops here, and this will work. But will it be seen or not? No, not seen by Cole Palmer about this little trap. Okay, so now we both have broken castles. Trading the bishop pair, not so sure about that, but end up castling anyway. Offer to trade the bishop. Nope, that's not a thing. Now it's a thing. Okay, so getting to take a free pawn. So now what is the plan? Okay. Take the pawn. So who is supposed to take the pawn? I'm not sure about it. Okay. Oh, that's okay. Trying to go there. It seems like Cole Palmer is a little bit in trouble. Now he can eventually. I don't know why he's not going there. I'm a bit confused about what is the strategy there. He's coming back in the middle. Now he can actually get a pawn. Oh, that's a miss. Yeah. So when you are in endgame, don't forget about the goal. The goal number one is to get a queen. And if you are not targeting getting a queen, you will have troubles, or you will arrive in positions that are a little bit weird like that. So both players have a queen. Oh, that's not the best check. That is not the best check. Okay, so you have a trap there. Taking the pawn will be a huge blunder. And it has been seen by John Palmer, because if you take the pawn with the king, you have a queen coming, and you lose your queen as well. Okay, so going for another check, always on the white squares. So in order to avoid, especially about this this check on the diagonal, you cannot take the pawn, but you can turn around the pawn. Okay, so now the pawn move, and it's probably the time where you can check and take the pawn, or you can do this. No, this one doesn't work because you have the queen. But instead, going for another kind of check. Okay, so I don't understand what is the goal. You have a pawn to take. Oh, king up can be interesting. Nope. You have to play king up. King up is interesting because after that you can probably try some checks. Not anymore, but king up is still an interesting move. The pawn cannot move and there is no checks. Okay, so going a bit far away, but still there is no check. So white can continue to push their pawn, and that's probably the problem. But if they do, they lose a queen. So that's another problem. Okay, it has been seen. Now it's time to go back for checks, I guess. Oh, that's not the best check. Probably not the best check. Because now you have to go there to check. Okay. It was fully a draw, but now it seems like it's losing. It's losing for, yeah, it's totally losing for black. Even if they go to check, now the pawn can be pushed. Now they go for another check, they have the queen block. Okay, so they will try to check forever. How long will they be able to check? The main technique, if you want to do this kind of thing, is that you need to move up, or to move on a way that you will be able to block with your queen the check, and to have the other king on the same line. So this will be like the goal number one. Seems like white don't know how to do that. Yeah. Oh, that's probably not the best check. King up, or pawn down. Both could be okay. Oh, and now you have the famous check. Okay, here you go. That's the end of the game now. All right. So playing mostly against Jasmine. That was a little bit weird in the opening. Okay, X against not Pana. Okay, we started to saw already about this kind of attack, but that's actually, yeah, it's a fast checkmate. But when you start with pawn to f3, it's hard to expect anything else, unfortunately. It will be very difficult to play. Up. Okay, so Justifier against Potato Turtle. Game is still ongoing. So we will have a look at that. Okay, so Justifier is much more offensive than before, and he gained material, which is interesting enough to be mentioned. Okay. Trying to push the pawn, king move, sacrificing on. Oh, okay, that's actually beautiful. Now attacking a bit more, losing a rook. Okay, so that's an interesting game, definitely. What a nice check. That's a nice little check. And you have to go there and you checkmate. That's a good checkmate, a beautiful one. Oh, you have this one as well. Both actually worked. Okay, quite beautiful finish from Potato Turtle. Even if in the game it was not the strongest game. So AX, I would call it AX, playing against Matisse on this side. So Matisse, I guess, trying to go back in this game, but it's a little bit erratic in the game. He loses quite a lot of material. But this time the opponent is saying it. Oh, okay, that was the technique, to move the knight and try to attack both of them. But it doesn't really work. Okay, and now he has like a rook for 3 pieces, which seems to be quite a lot. Oh, I thought it has can get a piece back. Huh? You can get one of the pieces back. You can get the bishop back. Why he's not playing it? Okay, I'm a bit confused now. Not sure about it, but of course AX is trading pieces. Yeah. And Matisse is a bit inactive right now. Yeah, he has to go back completely. And he resigned on this beautiful double attack and check, which if you take, you are dead. If you don't take, you will be checkmate, actually. Oh, no, you will not be checkmate. You will just lose the rook. You will just lose the rook at first. So checkmate is not working. No, checkmate is not working. Checkmate is not. Oh, it can. So if you don't take, you move your king here. You have the check. Then you have queen check. Queen take. Oh, no, it's a queen. It has to be a rook. So you actually have to take the rook. And then it just simplify everything. Okay, BG against Valir. I would say about the ranking is not so much a surprise, but about the game, it's quite logical because it has like more than 100 elo difference. Okay, so let's continue on that. What is going on? Quite a good opening from Pacific. VKR developing this species a little bit on a more passive way, but that's what Black's game is actually all. Okay, trading, getting a pawn for free, giving back the pawn right away, doubling the rook on a column. Quite interesting about this kind of opening, moving the queen away. Now the knight has to move. Okay, keep pushing. Trading the queen for, I would say trading the queen for a bishop, and for a bishop and 2 rooks. Trading the queen and a bishop for 2 rooks seems not to be like the best deal, especially with the passive position right now. But is there really another option? Okay, so I can understand that try everything is a possibility, but it is really not that much. Now you have to block with a rook and it's checkmate. Yeah. Material disadvantage seems quite high. Okay, about that, Bao Bao won against Omega. Did we have anything? Oh, that's actually quite a strong attack. Okay, what was the opening? Oh, it was I think it's a Danish gambit, if not a Scotch gambit, but I'm not so sure about the name. But I prefer King gambit on that one so much. But both openings are actually interesting. Okay, both in the really offensive side of things, and for people who love attack, for people who love attacks, that's definitely an opening to play. Okay, so the attack never really stopped. Keep pressuring, and they will end up checkmate. Oh, not right away. Okay, so after that, after a long run, they end up checkmate. Lulu against a low-ish. So actually, Lulu did a good job to secure a win against a player a little bit stronger, a little bit 150 elo stronger than him. Okay, quite interesting. This one, I really don't like that. As it's destroying the pawn structure, giving away a pawn as well, has to come back. So, end up winning, but the game was a little bit difficult to play. Oh, that's quite passive. So I will try to understand what was really the turning point of this game. Did we have any mistake? Because for now, Lokesh is playing fairly okay. All right, so actually it's a loss on the end game. Okay, so 3 against 2 for Lokesh and 4 against 3 for Lulu. That's where the challenge is. Oh, okay, some sort of zugzwang actually happening there. Start to lose pawns, lose a lot of pawns. Oh, okay, now it's game over. All right, so pretty fair, pretty easy to understand about that. So this left us with Potato Turtle, AX, and Potato Turtle alone at the first place of the tournament, followed closely by AX, Valia, Jessica, VKR, and that's all. Followed by a bunch of players just behind it. Okay, so what do we have here? We will open the 2 games, I think. Okay, so Pumi has not been playing on that one. And here we have players that didn't play, so we don't miss anything. John against Jasmine. I opened it 2 times. And Durian against Notpada. This one will be an interesting match. So we have a Sicilian defense by John against Jasmine. Okay, so everything quite stand out about it. Trading piece is a bit fast. And now you arrive in, oh yes, yes. It has a beautiful little bishop around there that has been missed, unfortunately. Okay, so trading the queen. Is it really the best thing to do? I'm not sure. Losing a piece. Oh, they spoiled me. So, yeah. Trading the pieces too early when you're not developed is not so great. And we have John with a piece advantage, using his knight to attack and eventually take all the pawns. End up with a little fork to find the rook of Jasmine and end up with a checkmate. We still have left 1 game between Notpana and Durian Guan. We'll try to have a look at it. I'm confused about this move. We are at move number 3. What is happening there? Nobody wants to take the pawn. Okay. Okay. So I'm a bit confused about what's going on in this game. Okay. So that's a free queen. And now the queen seems like the queen is running after for some checks. Is it a try to checkmate? I cannot be sure. I guess it is. But anyway, we will have the answer pretty soon about it. Okay, so I guess the plan maybe is a queen check followed by that, or maybe another queen. Now you have a little problem that the king can escape. You can potentially play rook d4 if you want to do a fast checkmate. So you have a checkmate in 2 moves. What will happen? We will never know. What I'm imagining now for Notpana, the only plan left probably is to give away the knight and then to try a little rook to c8, targeting a checkmate in one. But can it even work? I would not be surprised of anything with these two players, and he's trying it. Now, can Durian Guan actually saw that? It seems like he's not looking at it too much. It's time to protect the king or to check. You don't have any other option. Okay, going for another check. It's the same check. So now there is no checkmate anymore, fortunately. Until the queen move or the rook move. If they move far away, like there, you will have a check. Okay, so Notpana is realizing his dream, going for a check, but now he sees, wait a minute, it's not the checkmate, the rook can come back, and he shows a little bit too much about his threat. Might want to just wait for it. I guess being patient could have paid off, as it was totally missed by Durian Guan. But now we will have to see if he can find some threat like that again. Okay, not trading. Okay. That is not a checkmate. And here we go again for the, I would say, like what will happen next in this game. So during that time, actually, Potato Turtle finished his game and he lost. So I feel like Potato Turtle is not on top of the game lately since the last tournament. Oh, that's a misclick. Sad. For a little misclick. And oh no, actually he won. Well, oh yeah, he won, my bad. He won on a misclick, but he still won. Okay, so all right, so actually the misclick was from AX. Okay, I was I? Yeah, okay, I was just on the wrong side of the board. So that's why I got a bit confused. All right, so now everything is back again between Notpana and Durian Guan. What will happen? The suspense is still there. We try to know. We will definitely try to know. So for this round, we still have 3 games ongoing that we might have a look at it between VG, Jessica, and Valier, which I don't know. Valier is a new player, so I will take the side of Jessica on that. Jessica, I'm not sure about this opening. I'm not sure, but knowing Jessica, it might be okay. He is probably, I think he's quite good at opening, honestly. Okay, so he ended up finding a way to develop his pieces even in a very tight environment. That's something I'm always surprised by. by Jesper is that he always finds a way to develop his pieces, even if he's totally trapped. Okay, so now that was a nice try, Valia, but it's losing a piece. Yep. Okay, so VKR against Pau Pau. We have, I would say, everything standard about the opening. No surprise, no tricky opening. Just little checks, losing a rook for Pau Pau. And we have quite a nice attack from black right now, but also from white. So will it crack somewhere? I guess we will see that pretty soon. VG against Lulu. We saw already about what Lulu is capable of. In terms of attack, it was quite interesting. And Lulu is back for more attacks. Getting a free pawn there. Attacking the bishop right away. It's given for free by VG. That was really generous. Coming back with the same pieces, it doesn't work so much. Now it's look like Lulu is trying to trap the queen or trade the queen. That will be a big question. Okay, so going for a little check, trading the rook, taking a pawn, attacking the queen, taking a pawn, trading the queen with being down a piece, trading everything being down a piece. Oops, that's a little bit risky. So I don't see any compensation for black right now for the piece they lost, or for whatever else actually. It seems like they just will have to wait until they lose, except if Lulu make a huge blunder. Sorry. Okay. Usually there is always a second sneeze that arrives just after the first one, but we will try to see about that. Okay, so let's continue on that to see what will happen as we have a little material advantage, but yeah, now it's a bit unclear about how it looked really same as the other game. Trading pieces while losing, it will just end up making you losing even more. Oh, that was a queen blunder, but oh, what was the idea? Trading two rooks for the queen? Ah, but now, no, I don't understand. I don't understand what was the thing. Just blunder a queen, I guess. I have no idea. Okay, so this game will end up as they should end up. I don't see any other options except if we have a mistake. And here finally we have during one checkmating not Pana. We have been waiting for that for a while. And here is a bit the same with no surprise VKR that wins the game. Next we have X against John. We have during one against Ridhan, and we have Pumi against Notpada. Let's have a look at all these games. So starting with X against John, with a Sicilian defense, that's a bit not so great because you give away a pawn right away. Yeah. Okay, at least here you have a little, almost a little mistakes from white. I'm not sure that this pawn will be really strong, but at least they will do everything they can to protect it. It's not a lonely pawn anymore. It's a double pawn. Oh, that's a nice little tactic as the rook was overwhelmed, having to do two things in the same time. Meaning, if you take on a check, then you can get the bishop, or you cannot take the bishop back. Okay, getting another extra piece. So now we start to be a lot. John is taking advantage against AX. Again, X, not AX. AX is in the other tournament. Read hand against Duran Guan. Let's have a look at it. What is going on around there? Okay, so Duran Guan saw a threat, and he chose to sacrifice a knight to try to avoid the threat. Or maybe to see if white will take blindly there and he can take there, which is not happening. And now he still have to pay the same threat, but he down reach. Okay, Pumi against not Pana. So Pumi is playing really fast this game. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's a sacrifice. Trading pieces, so for not Pana, might not be the best thing to do when you are losing, to trade everything, as it's a little bit difficult. And now we are more 25 almost, and not Pana don't have a single piece on the chessboard. So Pumi is clearly doing the job in this one in a much more aggressive way than in other games. Surprisingly. Okay, so now it's time for the Pumi checkmate. And he's bringing the rook. Okay. So I don't think we will have any surprise on that. Now, do you really have to sacrifice your queen? Oh, the queen is actually trapped. Okay, so yeah, the queen is fully trapped. Okay, so sacrificing one rook or another, I think it was a bit better to take this one right away. But yeah, now that you have an attack, you have a checkmate, which is even a bit better, indeed. But you could just checkmate in one move as well. That would have been faster. All right, so okay, I think Pumi is playing with his friend. Maybe he will try to give everything. And John ended up with a checkmate there, which is pretty clean as well. Okay, let's go back to the Happy Pawn tournament. Up. I open everything and we will have a look at it. Up. Okay. Okay. VG against Matisse. Let's have a look at it. Okay. Nice little tactic by VG. Getting a knight back, at least a pawn. Okay. Is there really a threat? Because if you take that, you might have a pawn take check, you move on the side, and then what? Because I'm a bit confused on what is the plan. Bringing the queen, like here, to try to go for a check. If at that moment you can already escape. So for me, it's just losing a piece straight. But obviously, Matisse don't want to take the risk. Still really unsure of why not taking the bishop. Now you have some serious threats. Okay, so he's trying to attack. Will it work? I'm not sure about that. Same here, I'll probably not take it. It's not really necessary. You kind of want to have your queen in the center there. Or you can eventually move your knight. I mean, have some options. Okay, what is the plan of trading everything? Why not taking on a check here? I think that it's playing really fast, probably way too fast. That I'm confused about what he wants to do now. Why are they both rushing? The rook is a game changer now. But will Matisse see the rook? Ah, yeah, he saw it. Okay. All right, so potato turtle against BKR. Let's have a look at what will happen there. That's some weird move from BKR with a rook a2, which is a bit confusing. Okay, trying to offer a pawn. Maybe to open a column. Oh, maybe it's just offer that to take. Okay, get it. So going for the sacrifice of knight. Make me confused a bit, I'm not sure. But now Potato Turtle is going right away for the attack. He's not losing time. Lulu against Jessifer might be an interesting game. Let's see. Jessifer is continuing to play really aggressively. And the thing is that it's actually working. Jessifer, who was like really passive in the past, now playing aggressive attack. And it's working. It looks crazy to me, but it's actually working. Maybe you had some better things to do on this attack. Hard to know for now. But it seems a bit like trading everything that might not be like fully mandatory. You could probably find something else. Okay, so AX getting a pawn and trading pieces getting another pawn. So now it's been 2 pawns. And he can still end up protecting his pawns as well. So it's a king move, trading rooks, wants to trade queen. Done, he trades a queen. And now the problem is that the rook has to move. But if the rook moves somewhere on this column, now you have a check, getting this bishop, losing this one, but is it really a problem? Of course, the white to try to offer a draw, so they resigned, but the problem is that they get the bishop back. Okay. All right, so let's go back to Jessifer against Lulu. Not really sure about what is the plan for Jessifer right now. Okay, trading everything. He has a better position. Jessifer has a better position. And he's playing with bishop of the same color. So you should be able to avoid the draw, I would say, on normal way. Okay, BKR against Potato Turtle. Let's have a look at what will happen there. Okay, trading, getting some pawns. Okay, preparing to either take a pawn or trade the rooks. So you don't have so much choice. In both cases, BKR will lose some things. Okay. Oh, that's a trade. Now you can be sure that it will be traded. Yep. Yeah. I think now we get the game over. Now we get the game over, definitely. Okay. Okay. So really again, just it's moving. It's moving, trading some pawns. Trying to push a pawn. Now Justifier is obviously a bit better in endgame. This one I don't think it's really a whole surprise about the difference of level, especially between the two players. And it's starting to pay off about the endgame. Starting to be winning. Okay. So here it's a bit the same. Both in both games, they are just continuing the normal endgame, which they have a winning position already, and need to finish about this winning position. Matisse end up finishing the game as well. And now we are at the end of round 5, with Potato Turtle being the first one, number 1, with winning endgame, Justifier being number 2, and potentially staying number 2 for sure, with a winning endgame. And we have Lulu with 2 points in the losing endgame. So this is a bit how is it going on that. Potato Turtle just finished his game, and now we will have Justifier finishing his game pretty soon as well. In this one, Pumi, of course, end up checkmating not Pana, and we still have one more game in this round with Durian Guan against Jasmine. And because I saw Durian Guan a bit more open, I will take the side of Durian Guan. This one is already starting to be a little bit crazy in the opening about developing, mainly because if you move your bishop there, you are blocking your pawn and then blocking your bishop. And that's a little bit a problem when you start your own game. Okay, so the bishop is gone. Now the queen is gone as well. And now you can develop your pieces. Jasmine arrived really late on the game, and that's why he or she have only 50 seconds to play the game. So we will have a rush game, and Durian Guan is not really well known for someone who is using his time to play the game. Oh, that's losing a piece. Yep. Trying to attack, but not really looking around, and Jasmine is taking advantage in this bullet game. Okay, so developing the rook, but one more time, a little bit in a weird way, as you could develop the F rook probably. Now this little rook there, the sad little F rook, is quite stuck, and you need to move the E rook again if you want to end up moving this F rook. Okay. So we have the round number 6 now, starting. Matisse against Potato Turtle, VKR against Jessiper, Lucifer against AX, and VG against Pau Pau. Pau Pau V3, probably have a b1 and b2 before, I guess. So we will see about that. Try to understand what is going on. Okay, PG against Pao b3. Okay, so we have it's I'm not sure about the name of this opening, so I will not say anything. Forget me about that. Trying to push a pawn to get a little fork. Will not work. White saw it. Okay, taking a pawn, attacking the knight. Continue to attack the knight until he goes away, sacrificing a knight for a pawn. I am not sure that it's really worth it. Ah, Pao is scared. He's not taking it. Okay. He's taking another pawn instead. Okay. Scandinavian defense for Lulu. Okay. Scandinavian. Corocan defense, sorry, for Lulu. Okay, so we have like somehow a classical game. I don't think we really have surprise. White try to create a passed pawn in c5. Might be interesting. We continue to follow that anyway. So we were there, and now we have queen d4 coming. I can easily imagine that there is a bishop take and trying a checkmate there that is coming really, really soon. I don't understand. Oh, okay. But oh, yeah, it's actually beautiful. It worked. Trapping to get the queen. Okay, it's actually pretty nice. Nice tactic. I missed it on the moment. I was like, why? I got confused. But now it makes sense. Okay, that's it. That's actually a nice job. Okay, so let's go back to the tournament. What do we have? Jasmine against Durenguan. How is it going? Okay, so a bit confusing, I guess. Durenguan tried something, but he pushed a bit too much. It's not really working, and now he's somehow a little bit in trouble. Okay. All right, so Potato Turtle against Matisse with a king gambit. Good job, Potato Turtle. Finally, you play my opening. Interesting, of course. I really do enjoy this opening. And Matisse have some troubles about the tactical part of it. Oh, yeah, he start to have some troubles. Which that start to hurt for Matisse. He start to have a lot of troubles, especially on the tactical side of things. In this tournament, from what I saw, Matisse has been not playing so great about the openings, playing quite passive opening. And when he probably should have played passive, he played a really offensive one, like accepting a king gambit against Potato Turtle, who is almost 500 to 600 kilo higher than him. It's a little bit risky. I mean, it could have like a lot of easier way to try things. Now it has so many threats. I mean, this one is coming back. You have the pawn that is dying there. And in case you move the king, you have bishop check, followed by losing the queen. Or at least opening up on a pawn there, which seems to be quite difficult to play. Oh no, you have even worse. You have a checkmate. Check, move, and queen takes, checkmate. So Matisse is probably trying to find a solution on how not to be checkmate in the next move. The next two moves. I don't see any solution, honestly. I don't see any solution on how to avoid a checkmate. The problem is that you cannot avoid the first check at first. So, what could be the plan? Is it even a possibility to take the pawn? It's risky, but maybe it can save you from checkmate at least for one move. All right, so Matisse is looking for it. I'm not sure he will find a solution. Here, the during one end up being checkmate up. And we have this last round for the beginner open with 3 games there that we will have a look at. Up. Okay, so we have Duranguan against John. That will be a difficult game for Duranguan. Not Pana against Jasmine will probably be difficult for Not Pana as well. And we have a fair game here between X and Pumi that might be interesting to see. Pumi with a queen gambit might be interesting as well. We will try to see about that. But what will happen there? Okay. So for Knight playing well in the opening. Potato Turtle, Matisse finally played. So Matisse took the pawn at first. This one is a check. And Potato Turtle is taking the time to castle in this game. Is it actually letting a chance for Matisse to survive? Not so sure. Not so sure. So now threatening a checkmate in one right away. How to avoid the checkmate? Only move I see right now is Knight E8. Is it a good move? Probably not that good. Probably not that good. But is there another solution? I don't see any. And in case of Knight to E8, what about the check? Pushing the pawn, taking back, losing the queen. Oh, it seems really hard to play. Okay, so Knight E8 has been found, but yeah, you even have a checkmate in one move. With Knight D5, that was an interesting king gambit. Knowing that if you don't know about king gambits, you might not want to play it, except especially on accepting the gambits, which might be a little bit risky. Okay, interesting game from Jessica, which today is playing highly offensive. He's trying to go for a checkmate right now. So he do have a checkmate indeed, with the check there, and then sacrificing the rook and taking back is actually a checkmate. Now, will Jessica see that checkmate? We will know pretty soon. Jessica don't have so much time on the clock anymore. So will he see the checkmate? We will know that quite soon. Oh, he didn't see it. Okay. We will wait for that. We will see a little bit later anyway if he find a checkmate or not. Okay, so this one, oh yeah, okay, this one we almost looked at it. We started to look at it between Lulu and X, and we saw that, oh yeah, it has some material loss. Quite nice tactic, nice little pin. Yeah, losing too much material. In this game, VG against Pao Pao, we heard about that where we saw already that you had quite a nice tactic to take the queen. Now taking a pawn, is it really the best thing to do? You can probably try that, at least you get a piece. At least you get a piece. Okay, now losing a rook on a check. I'm confused. Oh, it's a checkmate? No, it's not. Okay. Trying to sacrifice, okay, losing another piece. Now it starts to be lacking material 100%. Yeah, and it's look like pure harassment at this point to go and see the checkmate. But it has been very difficult. I mean, Pao has been running for a while. He's been running for like 20 moves before to be checked. So we arrive in a money time on this one. Both with the black marker, and oh no, actually Jessica is getting scared on that, and she don't want to play the attack anymore. Okay, so you do have some options. I mean, okay, now you have a little threat, and you probably want to take care of it. Okay. Oh, you have a check, but this check doesn't matter too much. You can take the pawn. Okay. So taking a pawn, attacking the bishop. Making an escape. Taking there. Okay. So everything is equal. Both players are probably stressed. Little advantage still for Jennifer due to the position of the pawns. But now, yeah, you really have to go for it. Now you can even go like, trading. Okay. Oh, that's a bit passive. I'm not so sure about why. I mean, I can understand about stress, but I mean, you probably have some better move to do. Both players are much, much higher on time right now. So pushing one square is more than enough. Now that the rook is trapped, have to be careful. So the king is trapped. And the rook is still not moving. Well, now it's losing a pawn. Or it was. Okay, going back. Then king here and check. Of protecting the rook. Yeah, eventually. But it was not supposed to be that risky, this endgame. Oh no, he's giving away the pawn, but he will push this one. Okay. Can I need to keep this one to block? Understandable, indeed. So it's absolutely not the first game between the two players. I mean, Jessica won already 10 times, and VKR won 1 time. In the fight between the two players. Pushing. I'm thinking about this move like rook check. Is it even a possibility? You have king take, pawn push, and you can go. Or you cannot push the pawn, and you just push one random pawn. Or you can move the king, it works as well. Moving here. No, you can just go for the other pawns. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so it looks like Jennifer is securing his game right now. But will it be a possibility? Because now he kind of have to go on side. Or he should continue to push. This is only about calculus, because if Jessica goes there, then the pawn is pushed. And then he goes there to block, and he can't move too far. And it's like the game is totally blocked. Otherwise, he go up and he push, and he might arrive first because of the checks. But now you can go there. Oh, really? It worked. Check, check, take, king. No, it's not working. So you have to take that. I think trying to block, it looks way too risky. Trying to block as risky as it seems. No, he has a queen first on multiple checks. Yeah. Why not checking? Okay. So we should have the truth about what will happen pretty soon. So we will see about that. Pumi against X, as we saw, it was quite an interesting opening already. Little mistake from Pumi, losing a pawn, developing himself, losing another pawn, taking there, losing a third pawn, but he can get one back. Okay, so there is still this pawn. Oh, yeah. And coming back, trading, or getting a pawn, giving away the bishop. Oh, Pumi. Oh, Pumi. What is going on, Pumi? Okay, now it starts to be difficult to play. Okay, so as expected, just a checkmate, VKR. Between Notpana and Jasmine. Yeah, we have both playing very fast. At least Notpana is playing way too fast. End up losing the game. And for Duranguan, the same kind of thing actually happened. With another checkmate in the early game. So we have one game left, but we kind of know already that John will be the winner of the tournament, as it's impossible for any other player to arrive at that point. And Reed Hansing will be number 2 with 6 points. Jasmine will arrive and finish number 3 with 5.5. And now the last games that we have between Pumi and X will not change anything about the results. If X wins the game, he will stay at the same position, and if Pumi wins, he will also stay at the same rank. If he loses, he will stay at the same rank. So now it might not change anything anyway about who wins what. Congratulations to John, to Rehan, and to Jasmine for the spot number 1, number 2, and number 3 in the tournament. And we can actually go to the Happy Pawn Open, where it's over also with a perfect from Potato Turtle. And Jessica arriving number 2, AX, which is actually a new player, but who played quite well on this tournament, and arrived number 4. So still want to say congratulations also for the students that I can recognize here with Lulu, with Matisse as well, and Captain Lele, but he left a bit early. So for both tournaments, I will say congratulations to all the players. if you enjoy about looking at the if you enjoy looking at the stream, I need to answer about this message. I will show you. I will show you. Oh, so we have in the chat right there Potato Turtle saying, Louis Sensei, where are you? So Louis is me. So many 2000s for it too. Okay. I miss you. Oh, you are so cute, Potato Turtle. I have to answer him because I actually miss a lot playing with him. He's a nice player, and last game we played, I think I still have a revenge to take against Potato Turtle, as I lost the last one. So that will be all for today, guys. I will just say thank you, everyone, for joining. I'm writing the same message in the chat of the tournament. And see you next month, of course. We will be there at the end of the month of June, same as we were there today, for new chess adventure, I will say. And also don't forget, if you are looking at this stream and you want to learn more about chess, you want to improve, you have actually a QR code that you can already scan there on your screen to book a free trial lesson with us and to know if you actually want to learn more about chess. That will be a pleasure to have you as a student and as part of Happy Pawn. You will see we are quite nice, we are quite cool, and you will probably enjoy all the games around, all the events around the club as much as you will enjoy learning more about chess. Outside of that, I will just say, like, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you later, of course. Bye bye.